top. Dipper! Dipper! How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Preston Outdoors channel. If you don't know this already, I am your host here, Ethan Preston. In this video, what we're going to be doing is breaking down some post-spawn bass fishing for you. A little bit different than some of our other videos. I am fishing once again with Connor Christensen from CC Outdoors, and what we are doing here is fishing the slop, occasionally what it's called. Fishing the thick, matted vegetation for some post-spawn fish. They're done being on the beds. They are now once again targeting bluegills, which were pesky and bothering them during the bass spawn, and they're trying to get the revenge. Our fish were definitely stacked up in this thick matted vegetation because it's freshly cut. Bugs are all in here, and the bluegills were definitely feeding up in here. So what we found was some of the best punching action I have ever come across. No giants, nothing over 5 pounds, but just the amount of fish that we were able to sit on and just continually punching. And we're going to talk about our setups and stuff here in a little bit, but this is definitely one of the best punching bites I was ever on. So if you're new to punching or just don't really like to do it, this is definitely a bite that you want to try, especially if it gets to be summer, hot, and people are definitely leaving these areas alone because they are so thick and nasty.
I don't want to break my rod now, I'm scared.
Come on now. Fatty.
So are you?
How many bites did you get in that one spot there?
I've caught a ton of fish and gotten a lot of bites there.
Eat it. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Oh, come on. Barely. Had to really. The reason why I feel like this area was key and that we were able to catch so many fish on top of each other is, like I mentioned, the amount of bluegills that were in there eating the bug life. But also, as you can see, there's kind of a line between thicker and lighter vegetation. The newer vegetation towards the outside was definitely cut off from boat traffic. This is kind of a shallower lake, and when boat traffic, jet skis, stuff like that, cut weeds off that are right underneath the surface, and having a strong north wind a few days beforehand blew new weeds on top of this already thicker matted vegetation. Another thing that was key to this area, besides having that many fish in there and that much bug life, was definitely that it was access to deep water. It wasn't much of a swim for those fish to leave the area once the bluegills and the bugs really stopped being in that area. It wasn't far for them to go to their summer habits, to a rock pile or to a weed line not far from this area. So as you can see, we definitely doubled up multiple times. Good one. Good one. Oh. They are freaking stacked in here. Now, a lot of times people will leave and be intimidated by this thicker matted vegetation. Not only do they not have the tackle to get their baits down to the fish, it's another battle to try and get those fish out to you. So here, Connor and I were both using 1 ounce weights. I was using the Swagger tungsten torch color weight. I don't know if weight color really seems to matter, but a 1 ounce was definitely what we needed to get through the matted vegetation. I had 65-pound Cast King Extremist braid on the Cast King 711 punching rod, the Speed Demon Pro punching rod, and I had a Cast King Speed Demon Elite bait casting reel. That's a 10-5-to-1 reel. So basically a beefy meat stick setup, and that only allows you to get your bait through the matted vegetation to the fish, but it also allows you to get the fish out, and that was one of the most important things of the setup.
I thought you were going to take my teeth out right there. Remember what you said? That you're going to warn me?
No warnings. Thank you! Not sure on what brand of straight shank hook Connor was flipping with, but we were both using straight shank hooks. I was using the VMC straight shank flipping hook and a 4/0. We played around with different plastics per se, but today definitely the kind of actionless beaver bait was definitely one that had a lot more success. I was flipping that a lot, and then Connor finally switched over to it. So you got to play with your baits, play with rate of fall. Definitely, these fish wanted it falling fast. It was before it was even getting halfway down in the water column. The fish were thunking it and were running off with it. So that was definitely one of the things that we used to our advantage.
Oh. That would be a straight up violation. Is that one decent?
I think there's a fish in there.
Woo! So I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out all the other fishing videos we have, especially during the summer where we're breaking down the water and baits and techniques that we are actually able to catch fish on and have success. So hopefully you learned something. You can go out and catch fish the next time you get out there. So again, this was the biggest key to us, was being able to find the smaller, it was a big area, but there wasn't a lot of area where we could actually catch a ton of fish, where there was a lot of bug life, bluegills, but it was actually closer to deep water. Shortly after this great day of punching, the fish moved off, and we're actually sitting on outside weed lines, which is typical for a summer pattern for bass fishing. But thanks again. Thanks for checking out the channel, and tune in next time to Preston Outdoors.
Because, like, I mean, it's not that thick. They could come through it, but I never think of throwing on top of the mat because I feel like they don't come through it as much. Connor, they're still here.